Today I'm going to go back over tendons. This is part 3 of 2 I've already done. I've done the upper body and the lower body. Now I'm going to combine all of them throughout the entire body. A review, we've got tendons, okay? They are the yin to the yang of muscle. If we don't strengthen our tendons, like we strengthen our muscles, and that's even using a writing utensil to write, which causes pain in the wrist if we don't strengthen the tendons, arthritis, tendinitis, swinging a tennis racket, using the muscles, and not strengthening the tendons. To strengthen the tendons, you must know how the tendons work and how to strengthen them. This is the method. This is one direction of tendons, and this goes from joint to joint to joint to joint. So let's say you're making a claw with your hand. Now this claw is one direction of tendons. You should feel this area pop out. You'll feel the tendon run through here, run through here, run through here. Feel the ones in the back running through. Now you've engaged those areas of the tendons of that hand. Now this is only one direction. This is what is referred to as a static hold. If I was to hold this, is one direction static hold. Now you could do this for about 30 seconds or up to 30 minutes, as monks do to train their tendons. This is the second direction of tendon. Rolling off, keeping the wrist straight. Mind you, we always keep this straight. We never want to bend and try to fold this. We want to keep it as straight as possible so those tendons elongate so they can pull through. This second direction, you could feel them pull through here, and you'll feel the pull through the forearm. Now, it's only 2 directions. If you relax your hand, you'll notice that no tendons are really engaged. You straighten your fingers, you have 7 directions of tendons. 7 directions of tendons work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inward is 7. Much like the explosion of an atom bomb, goes every direction as well as in. Holding this at 7 directions, you can hold either very lightly or at a very dense level. There are different mediums to this. These relate to different octaves. And I also look at this as strings of a guitar, strings of a piano, that you are a musical instrument, and when you learn to harmonize with these different vibrations and tones of the tendons throughout the body, it will teach you a considerable amount. Now, with that 7 directions, we work, that's just the hand. Now, pulling through to here, the elbow. If I was to hold this and I pull out, I want to feel a pull through the elbow, and I'll feel that tendon pull from here to here. That is engaging that. Now I'm not going to have it here. I'm going to almost make a half circle. Other side. Now I've got a full circle. I bring that up, and holding these fingers together and pulling out allows that to transfer through the rest of the body and allows this area of tendons to the neck to pull through. From there, I find that going to the legs. Now here's the legs. I've taught before. If you sit stationary with your feet, take your knees, don't allow them to pull in, but pull in, leaving this in place. You'll feel the pop through here and the tendons engage. That's one direction of tendons. Do the same thing pushing out. You'll feel the pull through these areas and down. That's 2 directions. Okay? Now, in my last video I went forward and back. Okay? Useful for strengthening isolated areas. But to engage the full body, for what later I'm going to show as a full body meditation while engaging tendons, you would want to push out and in at the same time. How do you do that? Well, you have 2 options. 1, take the toes, pull them in while allowing the heels to kick out. Without allowing this to move, it starts to roll up. When it rolls up, the area that you need to next engage is the lower back. And the way we do this is simply tilting the hips. Now, ladies, gentlemen, everybody thinks they may have a gut even if they do exercises. They're walking around like this. This area has tendons that run through here, down and around, and engage to this muscle group of your abdomen. When you hear people say, trainers say, suck in your abs, it's not suck in. It is actually tilt the hips and engage the abs. Those tendons that wrap and touch those abs and grab a hold of them, spread them apart to this area. Once you've noticed belly, no belly, okay? That simple. Now, the lower core is engaged. If you engage, pulling the toes in, letting the heels go out, spiraling up, tilting the core, bringing this up, roll those hips until you feel the pull engaged to the shoulders, to the back, and then you let your head float up like it's being floated up by a balloon on a string. Head lifts up, and you engage your chin, drop down, feel the pull through here up into this area. Getting all of those to engage together work the full postured meditation. Now, back to the legs. We went in with the toes and out with the heels. That's one spiral direction. We can also go out with the toes, mind you, leaving them stationary, but allow that spin and ground to spin and spiral through all the way up to the hips. And when you're here and you have that forward, you're not going to feel the full engagement in the lower body, but the tilt will allow that engagement. Finding good posture, like a ballerina, up here, and bring it up. Now, we're in full posture. Finding that area. If you can sit in this with all of these engaged at whatever density you decide for up to 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes, up to 30 minutes, this is the goal. These static holds engage the tendons to strengthen them so that you don't have arthritis, so that you are strong in the areas in which the muscles are pulling on, which makes the proper yin to yang within the body from muscle to tendon. There's another thing I'm going to add for you martial artists out there. These tendons are up to 50 times stronger than the muscle. This doorknob technique, right here, doorknob, turning the knob one direction or turning the knob the other direction. This tendon running through here, if you can catch and hook a person when you're blocking, that turn will throw somebody completely off balance with just a turn. So if you're knocking, turning, it's easy to come right back in. That strength is very simple once you've learned to engage this area. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tune in next time for more.